That's it. We are live on YouTube. Hello, people from YouTube. So, Talk and Talk is a platform that you can talk in English, Spanish, French, and Italian. And if you want to come to our next immersion, go to talkandtalk.com.br to see more information, okay? So today we're going to talk about stress, how to deal with stress, okay? So let me share with you the question about the topic. 1 minute. So that's it. I will divide us in two small groups to have a better conversation, okay? 1 minute. That's it, guys. You can accept the invitation and don't forget to present yourself, okay? See you. Right, that's it. So I forget to present myself, okay? So I'm Larissa, I'm a hostess here on Talk and Talk. I'm 26 years old. I'm an architect. I live in Rio with my husband and my cat, my dog. So that's it. What about you, Priscilla?
Hi everyone, my name is Priscilla. I live in Petrópolis, Rio de Janeiro State. I'm married. I work with testing software in a voluntary project. I'm staying in phase the transit carry. In my free time, I like listen to music, watching movies, travel, go to the beach. So that's it about me.
Okay, great. And what about you, Sonia?
Hello, I am Sonia. I am from Paraguay. I live in Asunción, Paraguay. Today is very hot here. Too. We have 40 degrees. And I'm psychologist. I am married. I don't have kids. My husband is from Brazil, from São Paulo, but he lives here for 30 years. And and in my free times nowadays, I like to go to the gym and take care of my flowers. I collect some orchids, especially, and I I'm here in Tocantok since June, and I spend time in my immersions, at least two immersions every day, and I try to reading and listening some music or podcast in English too. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Sonia. I don't know very well, but I think here in Rio it's almost 40 degrees too. So, Gabriel, what about you?
Hello, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say apologize because my camera is not so good today, you know.
No problem.
Uh, so I'm from here too, and very hot here today. Maybe 40, I believe. So I'm a software developer. I've been here in Talk and Talk since April this year, I believe. Um, so I work with software developer in a company, and I do project volunteers, as similar Priscilla said, both of them. Um, so in my free time, I like to see movies and studying technology, studying English, you know. So that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And Welton, what about you?
Hello, guys. My name is Elton Teixeira. I am a guy from São Paulo. I am 30 years old. I am currently working as a Python developer. I am graduated in computer science. What else? I have a little daughter. She's 11 years old. In my free time, I like to do outdoor activities. I like hiking. I like to go to the beach. I like to discover new places, new activities. So I like to spend time uh, away from the computer because I work from the computer, in front of the computer. That's it.
Okay, thank you. It's good that it's important to have a good time with the nature, because it's the
Yeah,
computer
yeah.
is terrible, right?
It's good to have a balance.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So let's start with the questions, okay? So, in your opinion, what is stress? So, stress for me is a tension, physical or mental tension. And sometimes I feel very angry and frustrated with some situation and feel nervous about this. I don't know, things like that. What about you, Sonia? I I can't hear you. No, not yet.
And now?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I changed my laptop and I don't understand it very well.
Okay, don't worry.
Sorry. Okay, in my opinion, stress is a type of physical or emotional fatigue, and that manifests itself with several symptoms, and as anxiety, anxious, insomnia, maybe eating disorders, a lot of symptoms. It's not easy to make a correct diagnosis about the stress. You need a good doctor to to know the symptom, who knows the symptoms of stress. But it's very common nowadays. I see a lot of cases in consulting in my profession.
Yeah, we have a specialist here. Good definition by a psychologist. Thank you, Sonia. And what is stress for you, Elton?
Well, I believe that stress is related with something. Uh, I mean, it's related with your mental health because sometimes you are very worried about some situation, and I believe that uh, it can turn your mental health very worst. Uh, I don't know. It's difficult to talk about it. I believe that sometimes stress is related with your with small things in your life, like your work, your personal life, something that you don't like to do, or something that some people do near you, and that's it.
Yeah, thank you, Elton. Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes it's difficult to put in words something, right? And I think it's impossible to don't feel stressed because we need to deal with a lot of difficult situations in our life, in our work and college and school. So yeah, it's normal, right? So Priscilla, what about you?
Well, I think the stress to involve the bad emotion, yeah, stage, the bad stage emotion about and the reflects in the body and the mental health. Sometimes it's not easy to control this. And I think this, for example, I the result not good. Don't expect this specific result, and happen totally different. Maybe depends, of course, my emotion in that moment. I can develop the stress. Yeah, yeah. It's so it's so difficult, yeah, to
Yeah, it's
control.
frustrated, right? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Priscilla. And you, Gabriel?
Yeah, I agree with everybody said here, and it's a response of the organism, you know, that receive bad things, you know, for to measure these kind of things. I believe that.
Okay, thank you. And Elton, can you read the next question, please?
Yeah. Question number 3. Which
Yeah.
causes of stress are very common? Well, like I said, it can come from your work, from your personal and professional life. Sometimes I believe that some people be stressed with anything. I don't know the reason, but I believe that the stress can be from another feelings like uh, excess, work excess, or I don't know. It's a difficult question for me, but I believe that each person has your own gatilho.
Yeah, yeah, right. Thank you, Elton. What about you, Sonia?
Um, I we have a lot of causes of stress and nowadays because we live in a stress world. We sometimes we are I don't know, we consider the stress like a normal thing in our lives, unfortunately. And it's difficult to identify one cause specific. In my case, maybe a long time under pressure, uh, at work, or with a personal problem, for example, an illness. Um, but the common cause of stress is when you are for a long time uh, under pressure. I don't know how said in other way. For example, after the pandemic, uh, we have a lot of person with stress, with uh, chronic stress, because you have situations that stress you every day. But when the stress is chronic, it's harder to have a good treatment, because we have a lot of symptoms to identify and to treat uh, for for it. Um, it's difficult for me mention just one cause.
No problem, Sonia. Thank you. Yeah. After the pandemic, I remember I felt very stressed and worried about my life because I need to return to presential work, to an office, and deal with some small things in my routine, like the traffic, because here my city is terrible. So unfortunately, every day I have small things or not too small things to worry and to stress, right? It's normal, unfortunately. Thank you, Sonia. And what about you, Gabriel?
Yeah, I believe that is a mix of many things. Depends of the person, you know. For example, in my case, I'm very stressed when my city is very hot. I don't like, you know, so I'm stressed about this sometimes. For example, today, uh, for example, in your career, your job, you know, your boss, maybe a discussing for and anything, you know, and your relationship too. So many things, you know. So and nowadays is a born much more this kind of things, you know. So it's very crazy the word about these things.
Okay, thank you, Gabriel.
Thank
And
you.
you, Priscilla.
Yeah, I totally agree with everybody said about that. I think too, this stress related the emotions. Yeah, maybe now, for example, maybe in the moment I'm staying in the uncomfortable situation, and because that I develop a stress. Yeah, or maybe I stay at work, and a person stress me about some specific word or situation. I don't know. I think it's related to emotion. Maybe if you happy, if you think about bad things, good vibes, yeah, it's more easy to control, and you can maybe you can't development this emotion. I think that.
Yeah. In my case, sometimes I feel very stressed in my day, but I think I'm okay. But it happened one thing, one small thing, and oh my God, it's the worst thing, and I cry and I feel terrible, right?
Yes, depends of the emotion. I think this it's the emotion to control the emotion. It's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we are not robots, all right? We
yeah.
are humans, so it's normal. Thank you.
Okay.
And Gabriel, can you read the next question, please? Number 4.
Yes, of course. Do you think it's hard to be a student? Why? Um, so my opinion, I, I thought maybe nowadays could be because, for example, I study and work, you know, so I do both of things. But for example, if I compare in my it's not my childhood, my teenager, it's not difficult, you know. Uh, it's very easy because when we start to work, you start to pay the bills, you know. It's so very difficult this thing. But when the person is teenager, is is I believe it is easy to handle this situation, you know. And this is my opinion, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's easy, but I think it's easier than now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in my case, for me, the worst time was college because I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I had my internship, and I need to balance this thing and study and working. It was difficult, and the course of architecture is very stressful, and for me, it's the worst time. And Elton, what about you?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I believe that it's hard to be a student and a worker because you have double responsibilities. Much more when you have to support your family. So when you are only a student, I believe that the most part of the people can deal with that easily.
Yeah, thank you, Elton. What is your opinion, Sonia?
I think when I was teenager and I was student in high school and then in college, it was easier than today. Uh, for me, it's harder when you have to study and you need to work too, and it's difficult because you have to find the balance between the study and the work, and sometimes you don't have enough time enough to study, and is more difficult in that case. For example, nowadays I am doing a certification Mondays and Wednesdays at in the afternoon until the evening, and it's more difficult for me because I have a lot of things to do in my house, in my work, and I need to order my activities to study. It's more difficult. When I was teenager, it was easier.
Yeah, right now it's hard to balance the time, my time. I don't think 24 hours is enough in my routine. And sometimes it's hard to balance some time to I don't know, just relax and just spend time with my husband and clean our house. You know, it's difficult to balance this. And yeah, I think now it's more stressful, right? Priscilla, what about you?
Yeah, I agree with us. It's sometimes not easy to keep a balance. And when I was teenager, it's so easy. I'm not, I can remember during my period teenager have a problem about concentration, about don't have enough time. Yeah, it's so hard now because I have a lot of things to do. No, not about study, but about work because I work in a voluntary project and I have I divide my time, yeah, for to enjoy more about learning and about job, yeah, because I need uh, enjoy this the job and the study. Yeah. It's so hard sometimes because I'm tired sometimes. Depends of the day. Maybe today it's okay. I have more facility. Maybe not. Yeah, it's so. I think now I'm consider have a different situations about emotions, about tasks. Yeah, it's so hard sometimes to control about that. Yeah, organize. Yeah, the routine. I need nowadays put my routine, plan my routine, and put step by step and follow. Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, it helped me a lot to put my tasks on a paper. Yeah, it's a
Yes.
great tip. Thank you, Priscilla. So about number 5, question number 5. Did you have any boss that stressed you out? Yeah, especially this week because I had to coordinate 4 projects at the same time, and I'm feeling very overwhelmed and tired. And actually, I feel tired right now, and I need this weekend to relax or sometimes try to relax because sometimes it's not possible to forget the problems, right? Sonia, what about you?
I think I'm a lucky person because I don't remember a boss that it stressed me. Maybe another colleagues, but not a boss specific. Uh, I I had maybe in another immersion I told that I had burnout in a few years ago uh, because the environment of my work was very toxic with a lot of toxic people. I was the boss of a team, and I had in my team persons uh, hard to handle, and that stressed me a lot. And I am a person very perfectionist, and I put a lot of pressure on myself, like Priscilla said, and it is not good. And it's important to identify the situation that stressed ourselves and avoid it and learn to handle with these situations too. But resuming, I didn't have a boss that stressed me. And nowadays, uh, I am my boss, my own boss. So it's easier. It's easier.
Yeah, it's great to be your own boss, right? Thank you.
Yeah.
Gabriel, what about you?
Yes, of course. Yeah, because in my I, actually I did many things that before at the start in my career now, career technology career. So in my last jobs, I met many boys very difficult to handle, many people toxic. I live in another countries too, and I found many jobs very difficult to handle here in Brazil too. So I didn't have a good experience about this. But nowadays I'm very well in my job, So my boss is perfect. That's it.
Okay, great, Gabriel. Priscilla, what about you?
So in my case, I don't remember the stress related boys, but about team, yes, yeah. I have uh, some situations stress me about the other people, but not involve a boys, yeah, like toxic people, yeah. Boys, no.
Okay, sometimes it's difficult to deal with people, right?
Yes, some people sometimes think about I'm not a boss, but I would like and try to control the other people, but have the same position. Yeah, in your, yeah. This is.
Okay, thank you. And Elton.
I didn't see. I'm glad that I never worked with stressed boss. So I already had stressed work because some functions that I worked was stressed, but like I was, I can't remember any situation to tell you.
Okay, thank you. So number 6, the customer is always right. Do you agree with this expression? Because sometimes it's difficult to deal with people, as I said before, and my father works in a store and he has a lot of stressful situations and difficult, oh my God, I don't know. What about you, Priscilla?
Oh, it's so hard this because I think the customer it's not right all the time. Yeah, it's important to understand and to talking about and try resolve the problem, but sometimes to involve the person don't know about, for example, about tools. Don't, don't know about to use the specific tools, and I think these tools is not good, or maybe about service. Don't understand about the service and yeah, and I think it is. I think it's important to analyze the context and try understand and resolve the problem. Yeah, yeah, that's it. But I do agree. The all the time, no. Sometimes yes, but all the time,
Yeah,
no.
I agree with you because sometimes we need to accept the another opinion because this is our job and we need the money, right? And that's it. It's difficult.
Yes.
What about you, Elton?
Not always. I believe that sometimes some people like to take advantage from the company, from the worker, and sometimes the people don't want to solve the problem. They want to, like I said, take advantage, so win something, take some award to home, I don't know. But I believe that some adults nowadays is like a spoiled child, like a crianças mimada. Uh, and it's difficult. I already worked, I already was a business person, and some people leave their house to win something, to back happy to home that makes someone de besta, but it's a difficult situation as well. But that's it.
Yeah, just some people just like to complain, not
Yeah,
necessarily solve the problem, right? Yeah, I agree with you.
exactly.
What about you, Sonia?
I'm trying to think as a client because in my case, I work a lot with my husband in customer experience in in several companies, and I think sometimes the client is are right, uh, and the clients have the right to be angry sometimes, but is not. But they don't have the right to be aggressive or to, I don't know how to say in English, to be violent, yeah, with the expressions or something with them to the employee. No, it's not necessary. The company needs to found again the balance to attend the complaints, but don't let the client be aggressive or violent to the employee. This is my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. We need to, I don't know, non-violence communication is important, and we need to find a good way to talk and to demand our rights. And yeah, it's difficult, right? So, Gabriel, what about you?
Yeah, I agree with everybody said. And for example, Elton said that thing that the person could be um a one advanced, for a thing, So you have to talk and understand the situation for to solve the problem. Um, I believe that but it's very, very hard, this question.
Yes, right. So, Sonia, can you read the next question, please?
Okay. What is your opinion about stressful relationships? I don't know. It's a very hard question. Very stressful relationships. In uh, I I think stressful relationships are related to toxic relationships, maybe. Because if you have a relationship that produce you stress all the time, it's not good for you, obviously. Uh, uh, Maybe at work is is easier to identify, but is more difficult to handle. But in personal relationships, for example, is easier to identify, and you can handle it with professional help sometimes. Uh, in my case, I I am very stressed person, and I have because so I'm very perfectionist. Uh, I like the order, the clean, the house always clean, and my husband is not the same. It's the opposite, and I learned to handle. Uh, with professional help. I in psychotherapy. I work about my stress, and I try to low to my stress because sometimes you can't change the other person, and nowadays it's easier for me to respect the other person too. Um, this is my opinion
Okay,
and
great.
my personal example.
Right. And sometimes it's difficult to deal with some situation because I'm a person and my husband is another person, and he has different ideas, and of course it's normal, but I see some friends have a bad relationship, toxic, not necessarily aggressive, but toxic.
Yeah,
And especially some men are difficult to deal with him with them. And yeah, it's difficult to identify the problem and put an end on this relationship. Yeah, it's very hard to do this.
for me it's important to talk about. The key is the communication. It's a good communication. So you have to take care the way you communicate something too.
Yeah, the communication is very important. And I think it's important to talk with another person, with a friend or familiar. Yeah, it's important to have another opinion about some problem, right? Thank you, Sonia. Elton, what about you?
Well, I believe that you can try to talk with the person, to try to solve your difference. And if there are no solution, you need to end or avoid stressful relationships, because for me, my peace, I love my peace. My peace is more important. I am a guy that I live in a good vibe feeling. So this is my opinion. You need to end.
Yeah, the peace is very important, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Priscilla, what about you?
Yes, I agree with us. It's important to try talking and understand the cause about it happen this specific moment or situation. And if it's not possible, avoid about the specific relationship, yeah, because sometimes it's difficult to keep for example, a friend have a hard opinions and all the time to more confront about the simple things, yeah. And I think it's try talk and try understand, and if not possible, avoid, yeah. It's like Elton said, the peace is very important for the
Yeah.
health, mental health.
I believe that one of the biggest problem that we have nowadays is that the people think that can change other person,
Yes,
Yeah,
it's so hard.
and they waste a lot of time with that person, with that relationship.
a lot of
Yeah.
time and energy, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. I want someone to make me happy and make me good, I need peace, right? Peace is important. Right. So, Gabriel, what about you?
Yeah, I totally agree. Um, we have we like to freedom, maybe for example, you watching a your smartphone, you take your smartphone and see something, and your partner could be see what you you do now, so this kind of thing is a stressful relationship. It's not like just this, but many things, but this thing is very complicated. uh so this is a mix of freedom. Freedom is not for to live wherever you want, wherever you go, but freedom in your house, your actions. So um, it's a complicated situation. It's very complicated to talk and life nowadays, because the technology nowadays is very good, but in this part it's not so good, so it's a mix. You have to handle, you have to take this and handle the situation for to improve and live your with your partner better, and and it's not, better, but I forgot the word. That's it.
Okay, Gabriel, good answer, right? So Thank you. And Priscilla, can you read the next question, please?
Yes. What do you to feel better in a stressful situation? So, I try forget the problem or forget the moment when I develop this emotion, and I try forgot. Yeah, because if I put a focus in this in the case I can, I forgot the name in English, alimentar the problem and the emotions, and I try forgotten. I don't know, I listen to music, I walking, depends of the it's a big or a small situation, and I try don't think about, yeah, don't think about, and I to do other things, or I try, I don't know, me distrair. Yeah, it's important to don't think about this, and if you all the time, I have a problem, I need to resolve. The result's not good. Oh my God, yeah. You okay? It's not good. Okay, let's go. I I try understand the cause, and yeah, follow. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's good.
Yeah,
In
and
my case, it
sometimes, oh,
work.
go ahead, go
No, no
ahead.
problem. I'm finished.
Okay, okay, thank you. And sometimes it's difficult to forget a problem, but it's important to try to forget the problem, right? And
Yes.
do things that you like to do, and or just relax. I love laying my bed doing nothing, and I love this. Thank you, Priscilla.
Welcome.
Sonia, what about you?
And in my case, I need to take my time alone. And like you said, Larissa, I like to be maybe in my bedroom, in my bed, doing nothing, or spending time with my pet. It relax me very much, and try to don't overthink about the situation, because I have and a lot of people have the tendency to think and think and think about the situation, and it's not good at all. And I try to distract me with music or a movie, or something like that. In my case, I use meditation, and sometimes it helps me a lot, and uh, helps me a lot to uh, spend time with my flowers, in not talking with anybody, in silence, without shoes, with the nature. It's helped me a lot. It's important to identify the situation that help us to distress. It helps a lot.
Yeah, yeah, Sonia. It's important to keep in touch with the nature, right? And in my case, I like to do some exercise at home after my day, after my job, because I don't know, it's helped me to sleep well at night. I believe this. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Gabriel, what about you?
So actually, I do two things, more or less. So I go to my bed, and after I start and I exercise, breathe very strong, strong breath, helping me a lot. And this thing.
Okay, thank you. And Elton, what about you?
Well, it depends the reason of my stress, but sometimes I like to compare myself, my life nowadays with my life before. Uh, and sometimes I like to compare my life with people that is know the basic to live. We are very how can I say privilegiados because we have a home, we have food, we have water, and sometimes the stress is things from that we create in our minds, and we can take care or solve that easily. So sometimes we we are stressed without real reason. That's it.
Yeah, we need to be grateful about our
Yes.
life, right?
I like
And
to thank God all the time for the basic things that I have.
yeah, it's great. Welcome. Thank you for your answer, right? Unfortunately, we don't have more time to discuss another question. So let's hear from the people from breakout rooms. So Marcio, João, Wanda, Crislane, how was the conversation? It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Vanda.
Márcio. Go ahead, Márcio.
The conversation is very, very fun because this topic is stressful, but not exist the stressful in our conversation. The workplace, the history, I learn with my colleagues. Nowadays, it's stressful about the weather, the hot, the everything is more easy. I enjoy a lot this conversation today.
Yeah. Thank you, Marcio. Do you want to say something, Wanda?
It's a really good conversation. Thank you for the topic. It's a really good topic to talk about. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Wanda. So, João, I have a question for you. Question number 10. What do you like to do when you're not sleeping well?
I never sleep well. I don't. My family don't like sleep. My mom is here. Um, I go to sleep. My mom and my father is talking. I go out. My father is talking. I don't know. Eu não sei que horas eles dormem. Is this? My family don't like sleep.
Okay, João, thank you. And you, Crislane, what do you like to do?
When I don't sleepy?
Yeah.
Well sleepy, yeah. Oh, when I don't well sleepy, my next day is bad. I feel tired, and I don't know why. I I just I wanted sleepy a lot, and that's it.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know you, but I'm still very angry with myself. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you for coming today. So let me share with you the link of the survey. And that's it for now, guys. Thank you for coming and see you soon. Okay? Bye
Thank
bye,
you. Bye
guys.
bye. Good weekend.